So I am on my way over to Pich. That's where I'm going to be touring today primarily. It's not that far. It's, believe it or not, it's only like a mile and a half from BKK1, or if you're say near Street 110. Or near the Grand Palace, you know, or the Museum of Cambodia. That's where I just left there. So I'm going to go ahead and walk it, and I may take a tuk-tuk back in the other direction. We'll see how hot it is. Depends on the heat, really. So I am a little bit further down here. You got this is the hotel they're remodeling here that I had come by yesterday. So it's a good thing they're not letting that totally fall apart. And this is part of the Grand Palace government complex there. Here's a quick shot of the Vietnam Cambodia Friendship Memorial, which you may recall that the Vietnamese invaded Cambodia and deposed the Khmer Rouge, right? So they were, committing a genocide here, and they were targeting minorities, like Vietnamese, and so Vietnam finally decided to invade them and just whack them like within, I think it was a couple of weeks, a month or something like that. There, we're on this area here. There's the peak, and on this side there's what's called the bridge. If you're fairly well off, you can go live there. On this side is Naga World, which is popular. They have a casino here, which is popular with Chinese tourists. So I'm going to go over here and take a look at the Pich and see what's going on over here. Headed on to Pich, guys. So what makes this place kind of kitschy or kind of strange is when I was here before, it was empty, not totally empty, but definitely not very busy. So you'll see a lot of buildings. You've got this, you see this major shopping center or group of commercial buildings over here that is just mostly empty here. And then you got some other bars over here that were shut down, and then you also have this there's a new development on the right side over there that's like this it looks like almost a reproduction of like a French street, and I'm gonna walk over and see just what that looks like. That was brand new before, so we'll check it out. So here you got the theater over here, and then you've got this massive parking lot on the other side, which is basically just empty here. And then on this side, it's got these it almost looks like some kind of a convention center or something like that. Like they would have meetings over here or something like that, but it doesn't look like anyone's using it. And it was the same when I was here before. It was the same kind of thing here. Yeah, it's basically just an empty conference room almost. Have the Morgan Tower. That I'm not sure. The one on the left, I'm not sure, but that is a high profile condo complex there that was built by Chinese developers, investors. And then down here on the left is you got some other Chinese buildings here, and then the French one, or the French one that's inspired by Paris or something like that. That's up here on the left, and we can take a look at that. So here's one park over here. It's called Coconut Park. Looks like just a little food court or something like that with the park nearby. And then up here is where you have that French inspired set of buildings here. And then on this side, you have another classical looking building with mostly Chinese tenants there. You can see the writing, their Chinese writing. And I'm sure, of course, it's probably this place has a lot of Chinese tourists who are coming here to get vacation homes here. So it definitely seems a little bit busier than when I was here before. I used to come over here for exercise when I was living in BKK 3. This is not more than a mile and a half from BKK 3, where I used to live here. Kind of quiet. You can see you've still got this retail space at the bottom here that is not occupied. None of this, it looks like almost none of this is occupied. So, I mean, these are probably condos that are, some of them are sold here, but then you've got the rest of this bottom area has not been touched here. Although this place is not as bad as what I saw over in Malacca, where you've got a lot of abandoned buildings there. Let's see, I'm going to walk down here instead and just see what this area looks like. It basically looks almost the same as the last time I was here. Square area here. Oh, and this is interesting. Yeah, this is like kind of the centerpiece here. It's like this big arch here that looks similar to the one in Paris. And then downstairs you got a parking garage. That looks kind of very interesting, attractive front facade of the building here. So yeah, I mean, the architecture is okay. Just kind of strange location here on Pich. And they got the waterfront cleaned up here. And down here you can see that there's more south of town here, there's a lot of buildings going up over there. I usually stay near, BKK 1, BKK 3, so for me that's kind of far off location over there. In fact, I don't think I've been down that far. I think that's over where the new mall is. And if you do take a tuk-tuk down there, it's kind of pricey. It's kind of like, $10 round trip. Pricey by Cambodia standards. If I am going to go on Pass app and take a Pass app, back to my room, that's only going to cost me about $1.50. It's maybe 2 miles or so. Cool looking flatboat there. One of the few public or semi-public parks in Phnom Penh. Got a little pond here with some goldfish in it. Grass. Lilies, I guess. There's a rat. Ooh. Here's the other side of Pich with the bridge. And on this side, if you keep going this way, this is right near the Aeon 1 shopping mall, so it's not very difficult to get over to that mall there. And I think what I may do is just go by there and take a bathroom break and then walk on, or take a tuk-tuk back to my room here. And not a lot has changed over here in Pich. It looks pretty quiet. Fairly quiet, not as bad as it was before.